Hi guys, sadly I've not done any videos for a while and whatnot. I've recently uh, literally stayed at rugby about last Sunday now, and I tried to do a video, and the room I was put in and stuff as well was just terrible. Literally I was doing a video and then all of a sudden somebody just literally made a massive great big bang noise and I couldn't carry on with the video, so I had to cancel that. And then my video that I was uploading, because I've redone a video after that, it literally just would not upload at all. It was literally taking ages because of the heat and everything in it. I think that's just caused everything at the moment because my phone's been really badly playing up and stuff. But yeah, it's been nearly a week now since I've even tried to upload that and everything, and it's been 12 days. I've just checked myself since my last video, which was right back in Leicester Day, which I'm planning off next week on, not Friday of course, but Sunday. I'm going back that way again, which is, quite good because you can probably tell where I'm going back to. On the Tuesday I'm going, back to Love Records store again in Milton Mulberry. But apart from that, I'm currently at the moment staying in Peterborough. This is obviously my last day of staying somewhere, and then sadly back home for the next, about 6-ish days, weekish times and stuff, But yeah, literally, I'm trying to obviously do a review today as well because I went to Kettering yesterday, obviously, to go see my partner and stuff. And I know there's obviously busted records there and stuff. I took obviously two of my Paul Weller records, which was Wake Up in the Nation and True Meanings, because I had two spare ones. And obviously, of course, the actual records that I did the review on and stuff. I got rid of two spare ones, and the guy was going to only offer me like 15 in cash, or he said to me, I could do it in a trade, for the store and stuff. And he said to me, if you could do that, then you can pick some records out of the store and stuff like that, and then you can just take them for free. He was obviously going to only offer me at that point in store credit about 25 quid. So I was trying to obviously look for records a bit of a lower price, because at one first point I picked up one record and then I picked up a cassette, which would have mean obviously paying a little bit of extra money on top. But sadly, obviously, I asked him about a record that I saw last time. I said to him if it was still there or not, because, when I spoke to obviously one of his colleagues, he showed me a record that I've not got and, I've not seen before as well. So I spoke to him and stuff, and then he had to go back through, obviously checking the records if it was still there and that, and then he found it eventually. So yeah, he did me a deal obviously on the two records instead of what I found and whatnot, which I got obviously, like I mentioned, for free in-store credit, which was more like, he said, that could probably take up to about 35, but I don't think it was that majorly bothered and stuff, wasn't it, heart. But yeah, the ones I got was obviously this one, Paul Weller's, Come On Let's Go. It's the first one of two, of course. I've already got Come On Let's Go, of course, but I've only got the standard vinyl. I've never ever obviously brought any of the coloured ones stuff, because most of them was all down from Flashback Records. I brought like years and years back, probably about 10, probably say like even 15 years ago. I don't know how long it might have been. But yeah, when I brought all them ones, they were much cheaper back then as well, because it was true, they were much cheaper on records then. It was like, only cost me for that record, I think like £4 or £5, I can't remember, it might have been £7.99, something like that. And yeah, sadly I didn't include this one, so this one is now obviously the little addition to go to Come On Let's Go. And then I think the other record I saw yesterday as well, which I think might have had the coloured one with it, which was the other one, which I think was Here's Good News, I think was that single, I can't remember off by heart, but yeah, Here's Good News is one, I think was it. But sadly, like I mentioned, he had it there, which he was charging, I think it was about $13.99 for it, or was it 20 something? I think it was like 20 something, so it was a lot of money. And yeah, I know I've obviously myself got the standard version of that, but I've not got the coloured edition, I think, with that, because again, it didn't come included with it, unfortunately, as well. So yeah, other than that, the other one I definitely haven't got, which I saw last time, and I saw this also in Rubber Soul's record store, because he was going to do me a deal on that front. This one was obviously much cheaper because it's 20 quid. He was, Rubber Soul, he was going to charge me 25 when I was going to buy it and that, but I didn't obviously bother, because sadly I didn't even visit his store as well recently, because my money circumstances has been very tight, especially. But yeah, I got this one the most, which was the last one I needed, which was from the Floorboards Up, of course. And this one obviously was from that store, like I mentioned, Buster Records, like I said. And yeah, it had inside these both, as you can tell, a little bit there, and you can see black one, of course, like when I said I've never obviously when I bought these records, and then it had this coloured one, comes with it free, which is amazing. So that's practically like the both of them in it. So you got that one and then this one, So that's both of them together, which makes the whole complete vinyl set, which is awesome. But yeah, I got them 2 free yesterday, which was amazing because, like I mentioned, and I sold my records to that store and stuff because there were 2 spare copies. I thought, there's no point keeping them any longer, so you know, I just wanted to get rid of them. And then of course the other one I saw yesterday, which was not obviously of course a record but a CD, which was this one. Again, I found that in Canterbury Moor HMV, which, you know, I don't really see as much around nowadays, which is true. But yeah, this one of course, Fat Pop, which was only $6.99, which is a bargain, so that's why I definitely got it for that reason as well. It's literally got all the tracks on it, having it on there and stuff, you know, Cosmic Fringes, True, Fat Pop, Shades of Blue, Glad Times, Cobweb Connections, Testify, That's Pleasure, Failed, Moving Canvas, In Better Times, and Still Guys a Stream. So yeah, that one's obviously just a standard version. I know myself, I want to get the free one, which I more would probably get from Love Records coming up. But it might be maybe the free records, I don't know. It could possibly be more that version, or I might be able to get more of the free CDs, I don't know. So I'm like between that at the moment. But you know, I have also got some other records I'm planning to get, so I don't even know if that could be a possibility of that happening. It might only be the other version of Fat Pop, maybe. I don't know yet what's going to happen. But other than that, I didn't obviously, you know, have the chance to go through my Stoke-on-Trent finds, unfortunately. But when I was at Stoke-on-Trent, I was sadly staying in another hotel, and yeah, the hotel I was staying in, it was just really poor and everything, and I don't think I was really great at recording videos then at that point and stuff as well. It's not just also that, the Wednesdays when I actually went to Hamley Way and I can't remember the name. Went that way, which is obviously the more the city centre way, and then went down there on the Wednesday. That was the day I checked out the stuff I brought, so I couldn't record any videos unless when I went back home. And then, you know, for me, because I spent the day more there in that way, by the time I got back home, you're talking like 10 o'clock at night, and I thought, I am not recording videos at this time of night because, you know, all I want to do is sleep. And then I have again had to get up, and then was going to Kettering the next day and everything, coming up with these directions and stuff. But yeah, other than that, I literally, the stuff I got from there was only like Stranglers Decades Apart one I spotted, which was a £5. Also 10 Stranglers CD, I think was the other one. And then of course the Vapors, the Weekend single, that was it, and Billy. That one I've definitely not got, because that one I don't think I've seen around much easy. The only one I'm still after now is literally Turning Japanese is one, the main, you know, well-known one from the Vapors, so that's the only single I think I need left now, so that's nearly a good completion and stuff. But yeah, like I say, it's been a long while since I've done any of these reviews and stuff recently, because it's just been so hot, the weather's been mental at it, and then, you know, trying to record videos in different hotels and stuff and whatnot, and you're trying to record them, and then you're trying to upload them and everything, and it's just taking ages and ages and ages and ages and ages, and it's just, you know, once that happens, you have to cancel it and everything, do it as well, and you just got to try and redo it again when you get the chance, and it's but yeah, other than that, I have got definitely some other reviews coming up. I will definitely now be more back home for, like I just mentioned, about 6 days a week now, because I'm away again on Friday, but I'm not going anywhere special. I'm, you know, staying around more in my area, so there will not be any reviews during that point when I'm around my area more. It will be more when I've, like I mentioned, and it go to something like Love Records and stuff, because I'm staying obviously still on that Tuesday to the Wednesday, so I'll get the opportunity to do it on that Tuesday evening, and anything I've brought from that store, and then go through obviously in the review and stuff as well, which would be amazing to do. But other than that, I have obviously known myself now, I've got like my other Stranglers records I brought recently, which was amazing. I brought literally the Gospel Truths one, which I used to have. I found out the other day for a bargain on eBay, which was only 90 quid. I originally paid like 35, nearly 40 off their website, so I've paid like about £50 more in it for what it was and stuff. So yeah, I had that one, but I sold it, and then, you know, when I sold that, I gained profit like I think I must have made about £100 extra for it or something like that. But yeah, I didn't really want to sell it and stuff. I had to sell it because of money circumstances, but I got it back now. The second one which I brought today, which was obviously of course the Friday the 13th one, that's another one that I wanted back as well again, because I used to have that one, but mine was obviously opened, you know. I brought it when it first came out as well, funny enough, so I had it since then, but I sold it again on eBay a while back and got rid of it and stuff. So there's most of them records I've had to sadly, you know, I have had, and then sadly had to wave goodbye to because of my money circumstances have been difficult. Even though it is difficult nowadays, isn't it, which is true. And then yeah, think that was literally it. And I think the only other one was Strangle's Oral Sculptures one. So they were all the reissue limited edition ones, and ones that came signed, except for obviously, of course, Friday the 13th. The Oral Sculpture one as well. That's what I paid for. It was a lot more money, which I'm, you know, concerned about, was how much I was going to pay for that. So that's where most of my money has gone recently for that. That was like 125 on eBay. But literally, it was the only copy around that you could probably find compared to that and Discouragers. So it was kind of, it's been opened. I've seen from pictures on the side. But both records are inside, which is amazing. So it's still sealed as well on top of everything in it. You know, one of my other records I've received before, which was Sweet XVI, was the same condition. Literally, somebody lied to me, said it wasn't opened and stuff. It was sealed and everything. They've opened it from the side. It's still been sealed and everything, but you know, it's not luckily severely damaged. Also, the only other one I found, which is definitely severely damaged, because I tried to sell that in the past and then somebody sent it back to me, and it was really, really badly got damaged. It's not the signed copy, but the unsigned copy, which is more rarer. So I'm lucky to still even have that. So that's why I'm definitely keeping it. I'm never selling it, not because of it's damaged, but the fact of, you know, it's still a valuable item. It was obviously, of course, right, so the Roundhouses one, and that was, again, you know, consists of these orange vinyls on it and stuff, and that came with all the, you know, the records in it and all the tracks they did live and stuff, which was amazing. So that I found recently at my parents', and that I'm definitely never getting rid of, because, you know, not because of, I'm saying, the damage to it, but because of the rarity nowadays, and getting it is true, it's hard to get. So yeah, my other one's coming up. I'm hoping to get extra will be, of course, the 50th anniversaries one, which is the gold one. I never ever brought that one when, you know, it was on the website and stuff. I missed that one. I see obviously they still have the black copy, but I was going to buy the black copy last night and I cancelled it straight away, and I thought it's not really worth it. I think the gold one was better, because I'm paying like, you're paying practically 50 quid for the standard one, you're going to be paying like, what, about 50 or maybe something like 75 extra for the gold one, so you're not paying like more and more money in it on top, at least. That one I was obviously hoping to plan to get, maybe I'm hoping, or the About Time one as well with that. So obviously the About Time one I've came across like at a cheap, decent price. It's from obviously sadly another country. I know I mentioned about obviously other country ones are horrible because they're all custom fees nowadays, in it. But this one obviously is not at a high price, so it might be okay with custom fees, it might not, but it varies in it when I receive it and stuff. So I'll see how that goes and stuff. But I'm hoping next Friday I can get them both at least, because they're the only other two records that I'm intending to get. Then after that, it'll be all the harder ones, because I know myself, like Norfolk Coast is really hard now. I used to have that one, that's gone. That is really difficult to get. I've mentioned this before, obviously, on one of my videos I'm aware of, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating, you know, more of the albums that I want back and, you know, getting again and stuff. But other than that, like I tried to update on my other thing, I've hoped to obviously do all them Style Council records as well, all the Colour Style Council ones, because I've still not got around to that. And obviously my David Bowie ones as well. There's a few other David Bowie's ones I've not collected yet. There is obviously the green coloured one, which is, you know, the one I've only got at the moment. And then I believe it's not next Friday, but the Friday after that, there's those other two ones coming out in it, them albums. So I'm hoping to save some money for them, because my local HMV might have them in Northampton, maybe on that day when it's out on Friday. If not, then I'll try obviously another store in it on that day and stuff. You know, I could go out and go and see somewhere in it. Maybe, I don't know, Milton Keynes maybe might have them. I could try them, or Kettering could have them. I don't know any of them stores, but I'll check on the website if it lets me, and then, you know, see what stores have got them stock in. But yeah, other than that, my next review will definitely be on, hopefully, what I've just mentioned, the Style Council ones, because I've still not got around to that. David Bowie's one, and also the Stranglers ones. If they turn up during the week, I could do them as well, or I might leave them and then, you know, do them all maybe at a different date and stuff, because I have done some Stranglers ones, I know, on my videos in it, which I did show, and which I went through, I think was most of my albums that I must have got now. But of course, recently been at my parents', and there's a load more other albums turned up in it. So also all my Noel Gallagher High Flying Birds, I've got loads of them, so I'm definitely going to probably do one video based on that at some point as well. But other than that, yeah, there'll be them ones. And then the only other one, when I'm in, literally like I just mentioned, Leicester, is definitely going to be after the day I've gone to like Love Records and visited there again, and I'll do that review on the Tuesday night, because there was also maybe, I think, because I know myself, obviously, Leicester's not great in it for some stores. There was one store I visited, and there was one record I saw which I was debating couldn't get at the time because I sadly didn't have any decent money, which was of course another Hugh Cornwall's one, Monster, which I know was one of the decent albums I wanted to get on vinyl. That one I see in a store, and then I literally have planned to get recently, because I think that's the only record I need left. I see 2 copies today. Again, can't get them because I ain't got no decent money, which is the worst. of course, the Jam All My Cons, that's the only record I need left, because I have got the other Jam records now, but yeah, Jam All My Cons is the only one remaining. But yeah, other than that, there will be my Max reviews coming up and stuff. I'm hoping to get around to do them and stuff. I'm hoping this video will upload after I've done this, so, you know, if it doesn't, then I might end up mentioning it on my next video. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. Always follow my channel and stuff for all these updates. I'm sorry, you know, it was only basic, you know, them 3 little ones in it on this review. But yeah, just keep updated and stuff. Keep watching, and you never know, you might see even one that I might have one day that you might try and want to get hold of yourself, and who knows, because, you know, most of the records I try and come across all the rarity ones the most. So yeah, who knows, fingers crossed. Thanks for watching.